went to Jimmy's grave. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to check out my graveyard reading before this one. Okay, let's go see Jimmy. Now this is where I very first saw Jimmy, which is an 11-year-old boy, and he's got his sister Ruthie, but her name is Ann Ruth Bray, but she goes by Ruthie because that's what he calls her. So his name is Jimmy, but his sister's name is Ruthie, even though her name's Ann Ruth Bray. He stands by her. I was going to put it on his grave, but he wants me to put it with her grave. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to kind of sit it here and just kind of there. That should be good. Okay, so now we're headed to another cemetery. I just wanted to make sure that we got him his car like I promised him the last time, and now we're headed to the next cemetery. When we got in the car, I saw this in the tree. Hold on. I'm going to try to zoom in. I just need to see what this is in the tree. I thought it was an owl hiding. That is so weird. The way that's shaped. Look at that.
That's not what it looks like from way back there.
I know, from way back there. But look at this coming out of it. How strange is that? It's like a tree within it. It is. It's a tree within a tree. Oh, that is crazy. Kept telling us, go on, and walking, and I was like, oh, now I've got to stop, right? Now I've got to stop. So this man, and he was a shop owner, okay? I know this for a fact, he was a shop owner. I'm going to say he was a shop owner like on Main Street, okay? I want to say like a hardware store, but back in those days, the hardware stores also had like everything else. You know, like kitchen supplies, pots, pans, you could get your grain there. He had one of those stores, one of those called like general store things. That's what he had. He was very stern, authoritative, strict at home, cruel to his wife. He actually had an affair. Let me tell you about this little affair he had, because I love to blast him out telling me to go away. He had this affair with this lady. Now, the upstairs of the general store had like these rooms, and he would allow these girls to rent out these little rooms. And one of the girls that he was renting out the room to, he had an affair with. Okay? And her name was Bessie. Not Betsy, Bessie. And that was her name. That's who he literally had an affair with until his wife mysteriously passed on. But when she mysteriously passed on, Bessie moved into the house and started taking care of the children and doing his wife's job. That's what happened with him, and he just hated that I told y'all that. There's a lady over here that keeps hiding behind this stone of the lady, but this isn't her, this is not her grave. She's just kind of over here, and I know she's poorly. So She's a white lady. She was probably a nanny, a housekeeper, a maid type for somebody. She stands behind this called Michael Lion and Webby Lion. So my guess would be these were probably her employers that she stands by. So even in death, I think she takes care of them. I think what she does is she stands here and makes sure nobody vandalizes or messes with anything while they're out and about getting their energy or whatever they're doing. Sometimes families buy plots for other members of the family, and they'll buy plots for themselves and their children. But you want to know a secret? Sometimes their children get married and they go be buried with their husband's family. Here, they bought a plot for, and I'm not going to step in it because this is not what they want. This is like their home. Here they bought a plot for themselves, and they have this whole area to bury their children and whoever else. They wanted this to be like a family plot. How many gravestones y'all see? So in other words, this is for everybody in the family, and they're only here. And they died 1899, born 1814. So they went, got married, and their children are probably married with their husbands and wives somewhere else. So, you know, that'd be something that I would be like, I have to take care of the children their whole life, even in death, you know, but yeah, nobody's here but them, but they own this whole area. Before we went to the other cemetery is because if you look at this building right here across from this ATM, every time we go to this ATM, I'm like, oh my God, there's children playing up here on the roof. And so I always see them up here like playing kickball. So I'll see them and they're like in old like school uniforms. There's like young girls, young boys. So I'm wondering if there was like something up there that kept them from like falling off the roof, because I'm wondering if that was like their recess. So maybe on like days it was rainy or muddy, and there was a flood here at one time. In 1937, this whole area was completely underwater. So that area over there, this area, all of it, half of Evansville was completely underwater. So I'm wondering if, even if they went to school during the flood, which they did as it started to lower, if they just played up here. Because as I look around now, there's boys and girls, and they're literally playing kickball. And the crazy thing is it doesn't even matter what time I come here. I've come here late at night, I've come here early in the morning, and they're always up there playing kickball, right there on that flat part of the roof. And I don't know if there's anything ever written about it, but I just thought that was a cool little tidbit to share. Problem with this, you would think this was going this way, and that's why there's nothing here. It's going this way, and they set this right on top of it. Why do cemeteries do that? There's plenty of space out here to put other plots, but they make you think that it's going this way, but it's going this way, and this poor old lady sits here and cries. Here's the weird part. There's 2 headstones, but I only see 1 person. And I only see one coffin. One person in the coffin, one spirit, two gravestones, two names. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's a lie going on, or if she's crying because one of the people has been moved. But there's one coffin, one person, two gravestones. I think there were two here and somebody moved it. So what I'm thinking is that at some point this ground might have been really wet. I'm gonna tell y'all some crazy stuff. There's spirits down here. Lost spirits. I'm getting ready to blow this out the water, y'all. I think at one point in the early 1900s, and right when that flood and stuff happened between 1900 and 1937, I think a lot of these graves got washed that way. And I think they left them there. I think they buried them down there. I think that it became like a creek, and they just left them. Because she's crying, one of the graves is gone. I think it's down here. And they can't find each other. Because there's graves down here. Somebody has done wrong. Because there's graves down here. And they're buried. I'm going to walk down there. Looky here. There's flowers down here. There's flowers down here.
Oh.
So either they got blown down there or somebody threw them down there on purpose. Because they knew. Down here, a lot of graves washed down here. And instead of going and cleaning them up and bringing them back like they should, they left them there. And ever since then, they've been putting graves on top of graves, newer graves on top of older graves, because honestly, they don't know where the graves are. They don't know if the graves they're putting on top, if there's anybody underneath, because a lot of them are down there, buried. I would say there's about 18 graves down here that have been buried. At least. This is wrong. They should have cleaned this up. This is something somebody should have called them out on. This is not right. You've got spirits over here upset and angry because their loved ones are down here. The reason they left those bodies down there is because they didn't know what coffin went with what grave. So in their mind, it was best just to leave it and bury it there because it's unusable. There's no houses there. Nobody's going to sell that part. It belongs to the cemetery. And so in their mind, they're safe with all those graves being down there because they don't think they're ever going to get caught or known about. Well, T knows. They down there, and that's why she's crying. That's why he's crying. There's a lot of people here that their loved ones are down there. And they're upset about it.